Howdy, Battletech fans, and thank you for joining me. Today we're painting the jump plumes from the new Catalyst Force Packs to give you an idea of how quick and easy these paint up to look just like the one on the Thunderbolt here. Since I already painted that one before I had this idea, I'll just use the plume from the Hatchet Man. All the paints you'll need for this are in the video description, so feel free to follow along and check that list out later. Let's get started. And as you can see, I've sprayed it down with some Citadel Grey Seer undercoat. Didn't need to prime this one before I started because the darker undertones will work fine for the effect that I want to achieve. The next step is to apply some Yriel yellow. Yriel? This is becoming a trend, isn't it? You'll need a warmer yellow than a flash gets for this, the way I see it, so that particular color is the right one in my opinion. All you need is just one good layer wherever you want to simulate the fire effect, and as your brush starts to run out of paint, don't be afraid to use the little bit left in the bristles and add yellow to spots farther down the plume. This'll blend later and create an interesting effect with no real extra work on your part. Next, apply some Iyanden yellow contrast paint to your yellow areas, but really try to keep the paint confined to just those spots as best you can. A little goes a long way here, so let the contrast paint settle in the recesses of the contrails and allow gravity to pull the pigment downward for a more natural look. In a pinch, if you don't have access to Iyanden yellow, or if that pigment is just too strong for your taste, you can achieve a more muted but still similar effect by using the Cassandora yellow shade in its place. If you ever needed permission to go all buck wild mercenary man straight out of the pot, this is it. This is your permission, and if anybody says anything, which they won't, they'll love this shit, you tell them Tuck said to get crazy go nuts.
Come on, let's get nuts.
Apply 2 coats of Nuln Oil to the rest of the smoke, and really apply it thick. You want to do this because gravity is going to pull that liquid down into naturally dark-looking pools in the areas where the smoke would normally be at its blackest. This is another one of those things you season to taste. If you want more dark pools, use more. Don't use less, though. You want these 2 coats to go on thick and dark to simulate the swirling smoke of jump jet exhaust. Once your Nuln Oil is dry, we're nearly done here. Start by using a mid-sized dry brush and get a small amount of paint on it. Wipe off the majority of it on a paper towel or a napkin and give it a test to make sure not too much paint is coming off. A little goes a long way, and you can always add, but you can't subtract. So if you're nervous, just be cautious and you'll do fine. Use quick and even strokes to dry brush Bastion Gray from Privateer Press over the entire smoky area, avoiding the jets of fire. Once you've completed this to your personal taste, dry brush on a bit of Dawnstone more toward the top of the smoke plume, where it would naturally be lighter. You don't need a smaller brush for this, and you don't need to wash the brush in between either. If the colors mix, that's fine, and if a little bit gets too far down, that's fine too. This isn't a precise art, and the randomness of it all also helps to make it look cooler in the end. And that's it. You're done. Seal it up with some dull coat if you like, and you're ready to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I hope this helps add an extra splash of color and dimension to your games. Thank you for watching, I'm Tuckdavian, and we'll see you next time right here out on the Space Lanes.
Be sure to smash our like button and subscribe to our channel.
Crowdfunding is when lots of people give you small amounts of money to help your passion project come to life.